Okay. So welcome everybody today. So we are starting with the second chakra. So we had okay. So last week we introduced the first chakra. So connected with the work that we are doing. The first chakra is very much like we discussed last time. Is about grounding. Is about the roots. Is about nourishing through the food, through the earth, ourselves, and actually our identity is very much connected on what we have, where we belong. So it's very physical. So today on this Vadhisthana chakra, so on the second chakra, there is a beautiful orange color, is very much connected on the emotions. So on all the beautiful world of emotions is very much regulated in the second chakra. And yeah, so we will also do by the end a little workshop, a little guided meditation. So if you have pen and paper, that would be helpful, and also your oils. So that's all you need for this class. And then even it could also be helpful if you have like pens and colors. We will have a little creative time because the second chakra is very much connected with creativity, with self-expression, with finding the joy, like really the joy of tuning in with ourselves in that vulnerable space and creating and allowing life to blossom from within us to the world. So second chakra has a connection with it's on our energy body, and it's under the belly button. Sometimes they say 2 to 3 fingers under the belly button, and is a very powerful center. It's the power of creativity, is the power that is connected with our sexual organs. So in a female body with the ovaries, especially to women, this center is very much influencing our life and how we experience situations. So the organs connected to it are the large intestine and gallbladder also. And so there are different ways how we can look at it. The first way is through so the sexual creative energy. So sometimes we speak about people speak about sexual energy by just that sense of like enjoying, but actually is the whole energy of creativity. So that's what we will be discussing today. And the most important way to look at it is by how much is the energy flowing within our body. The element of this chakra is water. So we want to, when we connect to that area, we want to visualize like a beautiful water stream. Can be a river, it can be mainly something that is flowing, that is going through us. It's like rain, something that is like washing things off ourselves. And this is the element that will mostly help us balancing it. And then when we have an unbalanced second chakra, is very much connected with a sense of struggling to let go, of holding inside, becoming all rigid. We can't move our body. We become all stiff. There is no flexibility in the body. Especially the lower back becomes really stiff. We have a lot of trouble in moving around. It's connected with our like sciatic nerve that also it's part of that. And on a much more physical level, also our knees. So knees and lower back, they are part of the second chakra. So having harmony there also means that we are much more flexible. Like we can see gymnastic artistic, right? They have so much body expression, and that's pretty much like the on a physical level, that's how at its best physically our second chakra can help us to reach these stages of flexibility. And so the imbalances are when it's off balance, meaning that is in defect, is like we said, is all this rigidity in the body, is lack of desire, lack of like living, lack of having new experiences, you know, when we feel like stuck and we need to like the day just becomes the same every single day. It's like there is no end to it. And then when it's in excess, instead it's you can see when people become addicted to pleasure, to always wanting more, to never feel satisfied in relationships, in their activity, in their life. And they may be like, oh, I don't know, I just don't feel, you know, it's like they always want more and they push for more. And there is also a high dependence on others, because whatever we are doing is connected to how others are going to make us feel and how others are going to inspire us or not inspire us, or like cause us trouble. So it's very much, when it's in excess, it's very much on others and how others make me feel. On my personal experience, I had this it's been a journey that I've been working on a lot, because I had quite some issues in my ovaries, in my reproductive system, where I had so much, this cyst, endometriosis. I don't know if you ever heard. And I was not buying into, you know, the pill or different hormones that people give you, that the medical, that the Western medicine suggests. So I was very much determined on resolving this issue by myself. And still now I have to say I am still dealing with it. But in the last year, the major of the pain that I used to go through is completely gone. So if you do have any problem in that system, please feel free to reach out or to practice this meditation, because it's really a great support. Through visualization, through understanding how the second chakra works, can really give you some key. And personally, like in my life, that this chakra is probably the place where very often becomes unbalanced, because of the person I kind of hold in. Like I was saying also last time, it's like sometimes when things become difficult or when there is stress, it's like kind of start to hold in, and that doesn't help with the flow of prana. And sometimes we don't even realize it, because in the moment we're like, you know, it's very subtle. But on a long term, that's how this disease come, like cyst, like problems in having children, or problems, PMS, so premenstrual syndrome, pains, and all this kind of problem. And in men, it's mostly connected with the sacrum, so having bad, very lower back pain, and having a lot of issues in their knees and also in their genitals. So these are the main components of it. There is also, there is a very deep, important meaning connected to this chakra, that is let go of the past, let go of situations that have been hurting us, let go of what has not been helping us in creating in being the person that we are today. And we will go through beautiful oils that will help us to address different issues. And it is indeed a beautiful journey of self-expression. And I think it's also one of the key when you follow a spiritual path, that in a way or the other, you want to feel, you want to have the healthy boundaries, the healthy detachment from people, the healthy detachment from how situations are developing, how people are responding to us. There is also a famous connection through the Bhagavad Gita, through the holy text, where they inspire us to do our duty, but in a way that we can develop that detachment. And that detachment can be developed in the second chakra. And the orange color also reminds of that beautiful way of how renunciant in the Bhakti tradition dress, and is really a reminder that only a person that is in control of their senses can really develop that full awareness, that full satisfaction within themselves. So having an open second chakra means that we are very, very much open and aware of emotions. We can feel our emotions. We can feel other people's emotion. You're very much receptive. We don't ignore them. I don't know if it ever happens to you that you have to do something, and maybe you feel very tired, or your mind starts to be like, oh my God, why didn't you do it before? You always do it last minute, and start some inner criticism. This is the moment where we're actually, instead of like pushing the mind away and like, let me finish, or I have to do this, is actually the moment where we allow that emotion and be like, okay, like, what are you trying to tell me? What's going on behind? And then you may feel, actually, I'm feeling very tired. My body is just telling me, hey, you're really, really tired. Just have a little break now. And just allowing ourselves in that moment to experience that 5 minutes of rest can give us a huge amount of help to not get any disease, to not develop any deeper stress into our life, because that's how stress comes, just with a little criticism in our mind, a little samskara, a little thought that remind us of the past, that maybe we were not able to always do things on time. We're always perfectionists. We wanted others to really like what we do, what we offer. So it's personally very touching journey, because we will do this meditation at the end, where we will try to see what has been holding us back in the past, which thought that is not allowing us to actually feel the presence of God in our heart, to feel that presence of energy in our body. Because naturally, if you would just quieten ourselves, naturally energy will flow again into our body. But there are so many different layers that are holding us back. So this is what we will discuss. And and it's important also to understand that that people will not make us fulfill our emotional need. This is a very deep understanding of realization of when one has open second chakra, that are very self-aware. I'm not responsible of how others may feel about me. I am never responsible of that. Even though I may say like, oh, I am telling this to this person, so if this person feels bad, then it's my fault. Actually, it's never the case on a deeper understanding, because people have their own choice. Like we have our own choice to respond to situations in a particular way. Everybody has that choice. And the second chakra is making that choice over and over again, that I'm responsible of my feelings. I'm responsible of how I am feeling right now in my body. Doesn't matter what the circumstances are. And for many years of my life, the emotion that actually blocks this experience is guilt. And I was I was even watching, there was a little video of this little puppy, playing in front of this monk. And this puppy was playing there, and the monk was there meditating, and he's like, like completely giving no attention to it. And immediately the mind can be, come on, there is a puppy that, needs some help, do something about it. But actually, immediately there is that judgment. Oh, that person, is not empathic, is not, is not, how can, meditation be more important than actually helping somebody right there in that moment that needs it? Or, it's like, there is so much judgment that we do on ourselves and on other people, of that they're not good enough, that we are not good enough. We're speaking on an emotional level, on an empathic level. And this judgment, it goes in such a subtle way, it goes constantly on. And it creates this huge karma of guilt that we bring from generations. And then it gets all stuck there and gets, all carried on. So a beautiful way to like stop this inner criticism that God knows from where it's coming from. We may say, yes, the first years of our life, but many times it's connected with our karma, with our past lives, with our family. We are carrying all their traumas also within us, as also their success and their beautiful achievements. So this is very important chakra, very important, to free ourselves, to allow ourselves to live a much more happy life, to allow ourselves to blossom in what we do, to have the healthy detachment, and to also develop deep, real compassion, and real being empathetic in a way that it's not dragging us down. So feeling the emotions, allowing the emotions to come, and letting them go. Like when we watch clouds in the sky, or when we watch like the stream of a river. It's beautiful watching a river go by, because even the biggest rock that may stop it at some point will also be washed away. So allowing that power of grace, that power of eternity, to allow ourselves to not take things so seriously, and to flow a little bit more in that stream of love, of self-love, of creativity, of forgiveness. Forgiveness is also an important step, to release that judgment that we hold on to our family, and at the same time they hold on to us expectations, forgiving them for not having been enough for us, for forgiving also the Supreme, forgiving God, forgiving our life, ourselves, for having not brought us to maybe the best of situations, but we are exactly where we need to be. We are exactly in the space where we can grow the most. And another element of the second chakra is the lymphatic system. So all skin problems, all issues connected with the lymph, so with the flow of energy in the body, skin, face. You can see also when people have this acne, all connected to the second chakra, too much fire, too much in excess, or dry skin, very dry skin, you can't do anything. It means there is very low energy in the second chakra. We will share different oils that will help with that. And remember, when something is dry or is too hot, it always means that either there is a need, there is in any situation a need of extra care, of always stepping a little bit behind, and try to ask ourselves, how are you feeling? Asking that center, how is it feeling today? what is the emotion that is going on the most for me today, and where is it coming from, and then creating like a healthy detachment, because we will never the point of healing is not of perfection. The point of healing is of compassion, of really understanding our humanity, our flaws, our not so nice parts, and be really okay with it. Be really okay with the whole range of emotions, the whole range of ups and down and right and left and night and day and all these changes that are constantly going on, and find that acknowledgement, that awareness of being okay with it, and then moving forward with a graceful and grateful heart, because gratitude is actually what will help us to make it stronger and control, really help us control that emotional system that is often it's very often challenged. So here is my little start of this today presentation. Would you like to add something, Mangala? Your experience on this?
Thank you so much, Shimanjari. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could, some things were so like striking that I could perhaps repeat them, or just something that really came up for me is about letting go of the past, you know, because it's such an important thing. Like many of us experience some suffering or something from the past, and how much actually that is holding us, keeping us away from actually feeling our emotions, whatever is coming up for us. And it's interesting that, I don't know if you've mentioned it, the chakra is called Svadhisthana, which means sweetness. So it's sort of like as if we are, by working on this chakra, we are allowing the sweetness in our life. And this is a very, very potent thought, because many of us are not, you know, allowing ourselves pleasure because of guilt and so many other experiences we've had in life. And this brings me to my own realization, working on the chakras, actually even before that, because I could really clearly see how first and second chakra are connected and how chakras are actually nested. So when we're actually working to balance the first chakra, to have like solid ground, you know, like we were talking, to be focused, to feel alive, to feel safe and secure and rooted. And then when these roots go into the earth, then actually we can water them. So this second chakra is like water, which is watering the roots. And when we're like working on it, then we're allowing the body to open to pleasure. And because pleasure actually invites us to expand. That's interesting thought. I've never thought of it. You know, when you were talking about suffering, suffering is usually closing and keeps things stagnant and closed and hard and contracted. But then with pleasure, things expand, and we're open to receive, we're open to experience, to feel. And that's such a powerful point, because at least my experience was that I was completely detached from my emotions. So as if I would be constantly looking outside, you know, for approval or for answers to what I'm supposed to do. And I think many actually people have this experience, that as if looking outside for the answers, you know, instead of within, in our connection with the soul and the supreme, you know, the divine within. So actually it's a wrong place to look for the answers. Yeah. And then because of that, we actually also put ourselves more in the center, because when we're looking outside around us, we always have to be in the center. When we're actually going within and start to feel, perceive, getting messages from the emotions we're perceiving and trying to resolve what's happening, then we actually put the divine in the center. So that was very powerful realization for me. And yeah, and this really helped me. So just the work on the second chakra, on opening to pleasure, which is connected to the fact of, you know, like with the first chakra we're speaking about, I deserve, yeah, I deserve to be, I have my place. And here is like, I'm open to pleasure, I'm open to experiencing, I'm open to feel. So it's a very, very powerful actually work to do. And when I heard that 90% of women, it's called the feminine chakra, and actually 90% of women have this chakra in imbalance. So definitely something to look into. And since you were asking about realizations, one thing that really helps with balancing this chakra is dance, besides the oils and other things we'll be talking about. But just creative dance, just open dance, you know, just basically like putting on music that you really love and feel pleasure with, and then just dance the way your body wants to move, to release any tensions, any stagnation, contraction in your body, and just feel what's happening, and releasing emotions like that is very, very, very powerful. So there's a lot of letting go of the past that one can do just through that movement. And just one more thing that I wanted to share is about having children. Basically, children inherit or mirror or get a lot of imbalances from the parents, not necessarily, but it happens many times that they can get. So even the way we are like speaking or connecting with children about emotions, you know, expressing our emotions, allowing the emotions to come when they're expressing emotions, is very, very important, because this can really help them to understand, you know, of, okay, it's important for me to feel, and I'm accepted, and I am allowed to feel. So yeah, it's actually really good when parents, when we can work on our balances, this will really help the children, you know, this will automatically basically support them in their development and growth. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. It's such a deep topic of children, you know, it's the whole point of, yeah, it's like, you know, being a teacher, being an example, living by example. So thank you for sharing so much. So this one also the mean sweetness. It's very funny, you know, how sugar coating the emotions, but yeah, it's not so sweet often. Fun, you know. Yeah. And then maybe we can ask Gopigita. She's been working into art and healing through art therapy. I don't know if she's here, but if you're like to share something, maybe she's not hearing. Okay, maybe later. Okay, so then maybe we can speak about the oils now. We can start. Would you like me to start, or?
Yeah, we can exchange. You can
we
start
can exchange, yeah.
And then
okay.
See what comes up.
So I have so many oils again. So we'll start. Okay, I made that kind of a little list so I don't get.
Maybe first speak about your favorites for this.
Oh, chapter. Yeah. Okay. Gopigita said much beautiful info. Keep going. Okay, you're welcome to share, because you're also very beautifully into art and therapy, and you have so much knowledge on this. So whenever you like. So yeah, my favorite. Okay. There are at least two I can start with. Where is it? Yeah, it's both geranium and cypress. So okay, geranium is it has been such a beautiful oil to work with, because it's also called the emotional healer. Is beautiful oil that really helps with guiding us through this emotional like explosion. So if you're a person that may suffer from, you know, like becoming irritated or angry easily, or not being very, you know, struggling to find that that space to give actually acknowledge the emotion that comes into your life and you feel like they're driving like you from one place to the other, then geranium is a very wonderful oil that helps with that. And with that, I would add also claricalm. I think these are the two. Claricalm is like a blend of amazing goodness. Like they made it in such a way that personally, even just the, I don't know, like when I have period pain, even just the smell and applying it, like it's just crazy how much like the cramps stop immediately. So I had incredible like experiences with this oil, and also emotionally, like it feels like, it's like a moment before everything is like going ups and downs, and then you can actually like slow down and like be more receptive, and also helps when one may feel struggling to there is that feeling of like being rejected, that all these emotions, like we are kind of trying to reject them, to be like, that's not me, that's not me. And we get used of rejecting ourselves. So claricalm and geranium, they're so powerful in helping us like to be okay with what is happening in our body, with our emotions, with ourselves. So it gives like a nice breath of being like, okay, it's everything is okay. You don't have to run away. And then cypress is okay. So cypress is probably the oil of the one that helps the most to clear out, especially negative relationships, or relationships that have been making us feel stagnant. We have not been able to set boundaries. We have not been able to protect ourselves, and we need to let go. So if you feel like before starting to like build up yourself, you need to like let go, like there are some, you're not in a good emotional space, you are not in a safe space with people, then cypress will help you like to get rid of that energy that has been affecting you. Because many times we may feel not good, but many times it's really not us. It's because we've been absorbing the energy from others, and this energy, they go in the second chakra, and then we feel like something is wrong with us. But by using cypress is amazing. It's like, no, like nothing is wrong with you. You're just being absorbing the energies of the environment. You need to get rid of it, and then apply the other more soft oils like claricum, geranium. And then I have 5 more. So, but Mangala, you want to share also?
Okay, I can add some things. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, there's so many. Just now, claricalm is actually beautiful, but I'm using mostly clary sage. I don't have it here for some reason, but it's one of my favorites. It's general really helping with hormonal balance, and it's an oil that I couldn't relate to at the beginning at all. But once I started to use it, especially for work on this chakra, I started to love it, and I really feel it's gentle enough for me. And it's just really bringing this awareness of like, being present and feeling where I'm going, what's happening for me within. So I really, really like it. And actually it's an oil of clarity in general. So it kind of clears, I feel it like it clears all this sometimes chaos of emotions, seeing what's not mine and what's not, what I'm not, what I don't need to take in is so important, isn't it? So just the awareness, whatever oil we're using, smelling in, and we'll do, this is clary sage, Susan, clary sage. Yeah, no matter what we're doing, just smelling an oil and bringing awareness to this part, to the chakra, which is under the belly button, is so powerful to feel, okay, here I am, and this is what I feel. And it's really beautiful. So one other oil that I have here is Smart and Sassy. Kind of like that one very much. And it's a little spicy, and it kind of, again, it just brings this sort of, and it's also really good for metabolism, so we can actually rub it on the belly, or in this belly area, lower belly. And when inhaling it, it's actually really good for everything, also to curb the hankering. If, for example, if our hankering for food, I need food, this will be really, really helpful. Just two more that I have, three, and then you can take over for the rest, is ginger. Ginger is very powerful. And for me, it's very intense. Like ginger is like a healer. It just goes directly into the system, and it's I feel a lot of energy. So maybe you can say something more about that if you have experience, but it's actually bring a lot of power. And again, it's very, very good to rub for the digestion. And then Zengest, of course, from this Home Essentials kit, Zengest is very, very nice. It's mild. And again, it just stimulates our flow. Something that you've mentioned about cypress, letting go, but also just strengthening the flow there. And then tea tree, talking about protection, against bad influences, energies. Tea tree is very, very, very nice. So this is also oil that we can work a lot with when we're trying to protect on different energy centers from other energies to influence us. Yeah, please add more nectar.
Yeah, it's true. Like they also work on the second, but like these are like Zengest and ginger. We will speak more about it on the third chakra, because they will address like the digestive, and then that's all another big topic of. But definitely they also, because they're all interconnected. So in a way or the other, they also influence all the others. So there is a question: if I'm allergic to the lemon family, does it reach as well to the body using it externally? Oh, well, if you're allergic, definitely still, even the smell goes inside the system. So you would have to like try, like to smell and see just a little bit, see if it gives you any reaction, but definitely I wouldn't put it inside. Yeah, what do you think, Mangala? It's not good too.
No, I mean, there's so many oils that you can use. So, if you have difficulty with some oil, just don't.
Yeah, you don't
have to interact with it. You can just let it be for a while, you don't have to even. And then just work with other oils that actually soothe you and that you don't feel extreme reaction. Because people in general who are very sensitive, for them, many oils will be too intense. So they would have to work with them in a very different way. So with work on chakras, just better to use than oils that actually soothe you and that you feel attracted to.
Yeah. And okay, so then connected with that center, we have the citrus oils. Yay! Because the citrus oils are the ones that uplift the emotions the most. So I always recommend it, especially if you are like working or, things are like heavy, you're always at home, or, things get like stagnant. Also, citrus oils help to like have that moment of, like everything is not so dark around me, because sometimes emotions can drag us down into that space of indulgence, into the negativity. But the citrus bliss is my favorite, but then you have wild orange, you also have tangerine and citrus bloom. There are so many beautiful, beautiful citrus oils that you can use, and that will stimulate, like also mint oils. Like there is this aroma touch that is a blend also for stimulating like the body, the lymphatic system. So when you need more to clear up the lymph and have more energy, then this minty with citrus oil that will help with that. And then so there is jasmine. Okay, before jasmine, I want to honor this Lang Lang, that is a beautiful gift from nature, because it really helps to create that emotional connection with our inner child. So to really bring our healing work of our past to a next level. So it's really recommended when you are working, like, so doing an active work with your inner child and healing your past, and you're trying to build that healthy emotional connection with your past, so releasing that negative impressions on yourself, on your family. So Lang Lang will support you in that, and releasing the emotional traumas that have been connected to that period. So Lang Lang, that's what I will use for the meditation we will do, because we'll also be connected again with the inner child, but more with our emotions. And then Jasmine. So Jasmine is a beautiful oil that also is usually recommended on the skin. Also, Mangala was, she was the one that was telling me about putting it on the skin because it gives that glowing, but actually it also helps giving that glow into the skin by applying it on the belly. So on the belly button also, from the belly button, actually, the oil, they become even more, they go even further into the system, and they go even further into the lymphatic system, so into the bloodstream, and they help with our skin. So if you have skin issues, I would also recommend jasmine on the stomach, under the belly, excuse me. And then yeah, and this will help also if you have had sexual traumas in your life. Sometimes these topics are really not so much spoken, and it is known that women may be more subjected to sexual traumas, and this is a really helpful oil that will help you again be okay with your sexuality, be okay with your desires, be okay with having this women body, with having desire, with having a beautiful body. So this will help very much, very, very much on that topic. And lastly, but not the least, I don't have it here, but it's Danava is maybe not so known oil. I think they had it in offer also in the Terra. And Danava is very beautiful because it helps us in being vulnerable. Like when we feel that our relationship may be like a little superficial, or we may be not so, not so present with others. We feel like we may feel lonely. We may feel like not having friends, or, like having this lack of emotional connection. Danava will help us to go into that vulnerable space, to be vulnerable with our own self, fully honest, fully present without judgment, really having that space of no judgment, and will help us to do it with others also. So if you feel that's what you need support with, that's a very great oil, very, very great oil to go into that space. That it's, as we know, vulnerability is not a very fun space to be, because it's uncomfortable, and we don't know how people will judge us or will not judge us for our humanity, because we are human, we make mistakes, and we are definitely not perfect, and will help us being okay with it. And then, like also Mangala said last time, you can always use like frankincense, because it works on all the 7 chakra. I also, every time I work on the 2nd chakra, I always put deep blue behind my back, because I also suffer of like problem with the sciatica. So that helps to rub it behind the back, even if you don't have the pain in that moment. Still nice when you do the meditation to still apply it and be like, you're supported. You don't need to wait to feel the pain, but when you're actively working on something, you can do it regularly, maybe for a month, and then use it occasionally. So
I just wanted to say it's a Davana oil, and it's actually
Davana,
was like it was limited collection, but yeah, if you have it, it's very beautiful. I was thinking, should we open a little bit for questions, because it's 20 past, and then we can see if there's questions. We can go through a few minutes, and then we can do the meditation, so that we have enough time. So if there's any questions or comments, you're more than welcome. But yeah, there's so many oils, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, sometimes you feel more attracted to one or the other. Like,
yeah.
So should I read the questions from Marzena? Maybe you could see if you could answer. So Marzena has 2 questions. Do you use the same oils for an excess and in defect?
Okay, so again, there are some oils that are generally good for both, but I would always go a little bit more in specific if it's possible. If not, definitely they will help in both ways. For example, Claricalm will help both ways. Clarisage, Cypress, they will still help. Cypress actually works on all the chakras, for example. So if you need to do a deeper work, that's the oil I would definitely recommend. But yeah, best is always to go a little bit more in the detail of what is it, the situation. But otherwise, they work on both. Like, for example, if you just do the meditation, you can just use the one that you connect the most in that moment, and that will help, in both situations. So yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You mentioned the element associated with second chakra is water, and the color is orange. Interesting. So you mentioned about visualizing water, flowing river, etc. And it's hard to find an, I guess, orange river. I wonder, how do you visualize this orange color and water at the same time? I mean, I just was thinking of something that you will see how we do it when we have the visualization soon after. But maybe you have some other thoughts of of orange water.
That's funny one. Yeah, it's you can separate the two things for sure. Yeah, I never thought of an orange river also. But it's good when you connect with the flowing, when you connect with the chakra, so like the wheel that is flowing in your under the belly, and then connect with the element of water. So in the meditation, when you do it, you connect with the color, but when you actually like either go into a guided meditation or you're in nature, then you want to connect, and when you can sit in the water and visualize the orange. So that's like the best.
That's the optimal.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, actually really nice, because water is very, very beautiful element. So yeah, and orange is more energetic, energetically, like we try to visualize that. Yeah, so we'll do it actually together and see how it works for us.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so that was really good to go through. If there's no comments now or questions, maybe we could start with meditations. Yeah, there's a river of mango juice.
Oh.
So that's interesting. Actually, when we're in nature also, we can observe this, like we can see the earth and how it's grounding us. We can see, like you said, the river, the waters in nature are actually helping us with this, stabilizing the second chakra. And actually, whatever we see the sun, we'll see how it affects our third chakra. So whatever also colors in nature, we can actually like sort of imbibe and take help. For green grass, I was just meditating on that for the fourth chakra, in nature, when you're in the middle of grass field. So it's
then you have the sky.
Yeah.
And the clouds.
Exactly.
Storms.
Yeah, you see. And awareness, which is the seventh chakra, goes through all of them. You see, this is so powerful. So should we start? What do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
I hope the sound is good enough, and I'll try to put on some music for relaxation. If you could get one oil that we were speaking about right now. So you could choose any of the oils. I personally will use Smart and Sassy. And if you have, you could use also deep blue on the back, on the lower back. I really like that idea of Shimanjari. So let me just put the music. Is it okay?
The Arturian people, Pleiadian people.
Yeah, this is okay. Okay, let's try without, because I think it will be too distracting. So, okay. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Let's try. So take the oil that you chose and just take a drop in your hand, your palm. And then we rub our hands together and just breathe in deeply over the mouth and visualize how this scent is going into the lower belly area under the belly button. We can close our eyes and just relax completely. We can put our hands onto the belly button, under the belly button, and start to breathe in very deeply and calmly, and just observe our breath. To let go of any tension and anything we don't need at the moment. And breathe in lightness and joy and happiness. And just relax into this sentence. And then visualize the orange color becoming brighter and brighter, the place where you're holding your hand. The orange is expanding and it's becoming more and more clear and bright, like a crystal, bright orange color. We feel the feet are supporting us, the earth is supporting us. And then as we breathe and visualize the orange, at the same time we chant Vam. We'll chant it 3 times together. You can do it on your own, and I'll do it here while meditating on this orange in the lower belly. Vam. While chanting it, we feel the vibration going into that area of the second chakra. Vam. Feel the space in this orange space is opening up more and more for us.
From here, we allow the water, that element of flowing, that element of freshness. We connect it deeply with that element within ourselves. So by allowing that orange color to just flow into our under the belly, 2-3 fingers under the belly. You can also place a hand there and just acknowledge, how does it feel? How does it feel, this center? Do you feel a lot of emotions? Do you feel stress? When you inhale, bring the prana, bring the air in, and when you exhale, try to empty yourself fully. Inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. And really try to feel how the lower back, how the belly is fully relaxing. Try to release any resistance in that area. Find yourself a comfortable sitting place and let go, let go, let go. Allow yourself to move also while you let go. Allow the breath to move your body and releasing more and more without being afraid of what may come up. Allow an emotion to just be there for you. And deeply breathe inside and outside. We want to reconnect of the first years of our life. We want to reconnect to our inner child. So if you can just allow yourself to just feel the first image that comes to you as a child, where you were not allowed to express your emotions, where you were not allowed to be yourself, where you were judged, criticized, and you almost lost trust and faith in the people around you. Just connect to yourself as a little child, the first image that comes up. Maybe you were 2 years old, maybe you were 7, maybe you were 10 years old. It doesn't matter. Just to that part of you that you feel like it's still calling you time to time. It's okay that you felt scared. It's okay that you felt lost. I feel you. I hear you. I'm here with you. Just fully be there with that experience, with that connection, with that person, your little self, trying to show you the way to go, the way to deeply heal and find everlasting happiness. And that sometimes goes through a little bit of pain and discomfort, but ultimately that is the key. That child is holding the key so that can set you free. You can experience full joy again, once again. Which judgments are still in your mind from that period of your life? Why your inner child is not experiencing that full happiness? Or if she is, and if you feel your inner child as a happy child, you can ask her, what else should I let go? What else is there to let go so that I can fully embrace you? I can fully embrace my family. I can fully embrace every emotion that comes my way. So if you have pen and paper in front of you, or you can grab a pen, just allow your hand for a few minutes to write what is coming up. You can also draw. You can also make a drawing of your little child and your inner child and what she is missing. Maybe she just wants to be held. She just wants to feel that you are there for yourself. Deeply inhale and exhale during the process, and stay connected to your center and allow that to speak. Don't allow your mind to find reasons. Don't allow reasons to come on the way. Just allow the experience, the emotions that have been shaping your life in a particular way that maybe is not the best way for us, but this is what happens. And we are who we are today because of that experience. Because of our past, we are the beautiful person that we are today. Because of our past, we are here today developing even more compassion and more love to ourselves and to others. So allow whatever comes up to be free of judgments, so that you can also allow when people speak to you to feel comfortable, to not feel judged. You can connect with which guilt are you carrying that is making you feel you're not good enough. For who are you not good enough? What is that little inner child trying to show you? Is she showing you pain, or is she showing you a possibility of forgiveness, a possibility of a better life, of a happier life? Once more, you can ask her, don't allow the mind to give reasons. Just ask her, how can I serve you? What is missing for you to feel at peace? for you to embrace life? What do we need to let go so that we can embrace ourselves? Which belief do we need to let go and make peace with? Which experience? Whatever comes, you can just choose one. And if you already have chosen it, just allow it to settle more into your heart. Is this really what you need? Is this really what all this pain is about? And then you can come back to the present, to the person you are today. And just visualize like a happy environment for you, like a happy place, somewhere where you can fully relax and have a good time. You can be in the ocean, like maybe lying on the beach or lying or being in the water. You can be anywhere where you can feel fully safe to express yourself, connected to nature, the most connected to nature. It could be at the peak of a mountain, watching a water stream. It can be in a beautiful sunny environment. Anywhere where you can feel yourself being yourself, and just allow yourself for the next few minutes, just have a good time with yourself. Every time we work or we go deeper into our inner child work, it's always important to balance it with a nice memory or a nice feeling. Because sometimes pain may feel more real than happiness, but actually happiness is our true nature. And pain is just absence of that light, of that love. So even though the pain was real and was deep and was overwhelming, still we are love. And so we can allow the oil we use, we can smell it one more time. So you can also again pick up the oil. You can maybe pick geranium or a more light oil or a citrus oil, something that can uplift yourself. And then give blessings. May you live your life centered and connected and release so easily all the guilt. May you feel alive and connected. May you be healthy and strong. May your skin be radiant. And may all beings experience this. May all beings experience the joy and happiness and fulfillment. May all beings learn how to fully heal themselves and embrace themselves fully. So you can offer this prayer to a loved person that you feel may need this the most, or maybe to yourself. Whoever you feel needs the most this unconditional love, this unconditional forgiveness, this unconditional presence that doesn't want anything back, just wants to love. May all criticism, all judgments, all pain be released from your body now. May you find strength and determination in being yourself, in embracing yourself fully. And feel alive within your body and in service to the Supreme. You can slowly come back to Zoom. Thank you so much all for being here. If anybody would like to share their experience, if something came up that you feel you would like to share. Gofigita.
I'm a little shy now in the child work. I don't know if the children come in now, but it's funny when we talk about inner child and they pop in.
Mama, Mommy, I want to say something.
Chara, it's not the... Okay. Shrimantri, you go to someone else and we see if we get time, huh? Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. I can say something if you want. Yeah. Just shortly. It was just interesting how just this allowing of, because you were speaking about joy, and that was actually really powerful, you know, just allowing the joy in this, feeling this difference between suffering and then joy on the other hand. And so just allowing the joy to come fully into the body, you know, and just feel it fully without any guilt. And with that, actually guilt goes, isn't it? When you bring something light and light in terms of not dark, then the dark can go. So these feelings of guilt, which are like more stagnant, can actually be released. So I really felt that very strong. So yeah, very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that perhaps as an inspiration for the week, because next week we will be speaking about the third chakra. Perhaps before that, it's good to do this kind of work still for the next, you know, at least maybe 3 times, if we could take the time, 10, 15 minutes, and just do this same meditation first with the oil that you choose. You can choose a different oil that you feel attracted to at this moment, and just do the same meditation with the mantra and visualization for like maybe 5 minutes on this chakra. You can actually start with the first chakra also if you like, but especially focus on the second one. And then you can also do some work like this, what Srimanjari was guiding us through, you know, just trying to see what comes up from our past. And yeah, maybe some beautiful realizations will come, or pictures, or creations. So next time you can share it with us. You have something else to add, Srimanjari?
No, it's good. It will also be recorded. So if you feel like, you can also just jump into the recording and just do again the meditation. It's a really nice thing to have. And if you can't do it alone, then you can always hear the recording. So it's always nice. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Like you said, I didn't know, like 90% of women actually, I would, yeah. It is a very difficult chakra to harmonize, especially if you are not, especially if you have family, you know, it's like, unless you are, you know, really going to the path of renunciation, and really, like, you know, choosing to clean yourself completely, then the path of engaging in family and having a family is a huge responsibility to not bring this over, not bring our own emotional issues forward. So I wish you all success. Really, it's beautiful when one can really step deeper into this. Yeah.
So wishing you a lot of, Susan wants to add
Uh-huh.
something for the happy note on the end.
No, I was just actually, that was a very powerful exercise. And a lot of tears were coming, and just visualizing my childhood. And I mean, this probably is like such deep stuff, you know, but I'm also doing another program with Dr. Jessica Hairston. Does everyone know Jayashri? Jessica Hairston, Jayashri. She's a doctor of psychiatry and promotes the essential oils. We're doing an 8-week essential oils, weight loss, and empathy. And she spoke about tears and sweat as a very good way to release, you know, the cortisol and from stress. So it's a natural thing. If tears are flowing or you're sweating, it's actually a good thing. So when the tears were coming, I said, "Yay! I'm releasing, some of that stress and that." It's been a very tumultuous time this last couple years, and so this is very beneficial. I just want to thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for mentioning this again, for your gratitude.
Yeah, tears. Yeah, I didn't speak about tears. That's that's the second chakra.
It's the best detox, isn't it? Also,
nothing
just
better.
Let's cry and dance. Let's do that
Sing,
next
dance.
week.
Yes, yeah.
When we feel like crying, we can cry it out, and then we dance to feel in joy in all the empty spaces which the crying released. So
exactly, or do the ugly dance. That's one of my favorite.
You can show us.
I won't show now, but
next time.
The ugly dance is my favorite.
So if you want to see the ugly dance, you have to be on time next time. We'll start with that 2-3 minutes all together.
I will not record it.
No. So that's a bonus. Cool. I can't wait. Thank you so much, Manjari. I think we could just continue till probably very late, but maybe we should save some nectar for next time.
Okay, so if Gopigit, I hope she can come now, Gopigit. Otherwise, we'll. Okay.
I think I don't want to add too much now because I think we're near the end of time, but amazing that the tears came up. And I don't know, the Canadian, just this beautiful Canadian lady. I would really like to connect with all this information, and these sessions that you and Mangala put together are really amazing, because I think part of our ladies coming together and speaking of these chakras, especially these last two, I'm sure it goes even more deeper, is this, the energy naturally moves with it too, just of us coming together. You could have also just put up a video or something, but I think that's part of it too. And also I think later people see the video and then can go the next level in. So it's really amazing. Like, as one feels, then one settles more and more into it. And the second chakra is a little bit of a mystery to me. So I just take it on because there was so much there, years and letting go of so much. Mangala also re-mentioned again, and also this element of sweetness. The sweetness part is very amazing. But I'm a little shy to share, but this is a very beautiful element to remember at this time, to grasp on the sweet parts of life. And in doing that, we naturally, and with this, and by the way, I love this rose geranium. This is like an oil for the last 10 years, 15 years, I think. I'm almost addicted to it. It's like, give me this one. I think you also the doTERRA one, like I need it. So very nice. So thank you, ladies, very much for giving these wonderful presentations, for bringing people together, and look forward to the journey, until we get to whoosh up here, reach our spiritual realm altogether.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing and being part of this circle, and maybe we will not be able to stop after the 7th chakra. Maybe we'll have to continue together somehow or other. Thank you. I want to thank you, everybody. You want to still add something, Shimanjari, for the end?
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you, Gopi Gita, for sharing, because it's really she actually was speaking always to me to geranium, so I started to using it probably in that period when we started speaking about it, and it's really it's such a gift, it's like all the time. I mean, we spoke about this, but God knows how much more, that can help us in that journey of healing all of these chakras. So it's really beautiful to just be open to it and allow, more experiences and things to come. So I'm also very grateful for all of you for being here, for Mangala, for helping me, supporting me in this journey. And see you then next Thursday. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.
Tat Sat.